back on.
Go
ahead. Read it.
This is Revelation verse 13, verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell.
Right. Do you buy and sell with philosophies? Wall Street in New York, do they buy and sell with Christianity, with the Muslim faith, with Kemet? Do they buy and sell or trade stocks and bonds with philosophies? Yes or no? So what the hell is Ispuk talking about? Go ahead.
Save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name.
So how are you going to buy and sell? Well, you got to have this RFID chip to go to the store, scan your hand, scan your forehead. All right, it's called biometrics, man. All right, that's exactly how the future currency is going to be. Where did the scriptures say anything about philosophy? Once again, that's proving that there are false prophets, man. Listen, the Lord don't work by, there's no such thing as coincidence. You was looking for them and you ran into us. Go ahead.
Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast. For it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
You know what that is? A barcode, man. And it goes into, when you go into the numeric value, it goes into Babylon the Great, the harlot, man. All right,
and that barcode, like I said, when you look at the scanning barcode, you've got 6 on the front, 6 in the middle, and 6 on the end. That's that 666. It's on all the barcodes.
Because it says whoever should take this
16.
Grab that.
It says it's gonna be on the right hand or the forehead. You know what I'm saying? So it's talking about the chip.
You got it?
And in 14 it says hands.
This is Revelation chapter 16, verse 2. It says, and the first went and poured out. Actually, I'm going to start at verse 1. Revelation 16 and 1. And I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the 7 angels, go your ways, and pour out the vials of the wrath of the Most High upon the earth. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image.
Now hold on. It said that this destruction, this judgment was going to come upon them that had the mark of the beast. So if we all had tasted or once had that mark of the beast, there's no salvation in that. So get somebody grab me give me Revelations. Okay, that's 13. Give me 19 and 20. Hey, somebody give me Revelations 20 and 4.
Yep, 20 and 4.
This is Revelation chapter 19, verse 20. And the beast was taken, and went the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worshipped his image. These both were cast alive into a lake of fire burning with brimstone.
So if we take this, there's no coming back from that. So if Ispuk claim that it's a false religion of philosophies, that means there's no salvation for anybody. Get Revelations 14 and 9. Start at 9. Bible shot.
Revelation chapter 14, verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation.
So you're going to read to 11. What Ispuk says is that it's false religion. Well, the scripture says if any man had take that mark, guess what? We're going to get that judgment. So what's the point of the elect then? That makes no damn sense. But see, young men get into these guys that claim they're Israelites, so on and so forth, and they so wooed that they don't get into it for themselves. All right, they don't actually look at what's going on. That's why, hey, listen, you're gonna have more false prophets than righteous prophets, man. Go ahead with that. Keep on reading, and then we jump to that Ezekiel.
It says, shall drink.
Call out the scripture.
I'm gonna just start at verse 10 again. This is Revelations 14 and 10. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation.
Right?
He shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb.
Right, so if anybody who took that mark, they're going to be burned up in that second death. So once again, if it was philosophies, that means everybody on this planet Earth is going to die and perish. That's not true according to the Bible, man. Hey, read all the way to 11. Hey, what did I have you holding, your pride? Did I have you holding anything?
Yeah,
all right.
Revelation 24. I don't know.
Con, yeah, you can read 24 after.
You mind if I grab this precept?
Go ahead. Hey, whatever you got, go ahead.
This is Revelation. This is Romans chapter 11, verse this is Romans 11 and 4. It's like I started 3. It says, "The Lord, they have killed thy prophets and digged down thine altars. I am left alone, and they seek my life. But what saith the answer of the Most High unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal." So that's the same elect. The Lord already has an elect reserved, proving that by what the brother says, man, if they saying that it's philosophy, man, that we all perish, man, but that's not so. It has to be a chip. It has to be people that is exempt from taking that mark and following into the destruction of this world to come.
Come.
Back in Revelations. This is Revelations chapter 14, verse 11. "And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Here is the patience of the saints."
So here, once again, it says we was going to burn basically forever for a long time, whoever received that mark or worshiped that name. If it was different philosophies, we're all guilty of that, which means none of us could get salvation, including everybody in ISPUK, man. Makes no damn sense. All right? Go ahead with that Revelations 20 and 4, then hit that Ezekiel, so we could prove to you who the false prophets are, man.
This is Revelations 20 and 4. "And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua,
Right?
and for the word of Yahweh, and which had not worshipped the beast, nor his image."
It said they didn't worship the beast or the image. So if we once were in false religions, are we not guilty of worshiping the beast and the image? So how does that make sense once again? Indeed, man, we done gave you like 6, 7 scriptures on this, man. So what are they talking about, man? All right? That's madness, man, what they spitting. All right? Go ahead with that Ezekiel.
That's what they was about.
Yeah.
I said that.
Huh?
I say
Yes. Hell yeah. That's how we know they ain't got the truth. Yeah, they may call on Yahweh Shem Yahushua, which are the true names. Yeah, they may call themselves Israelites and know they're Israelites and know certain other breakdowns, but that's a major breakdown,
It
man.
is.
You got to teach Israel what the mark of the beast is. Because they ain't going to, listen, they are dumb dogs. They ain't warning the people, man. They say, well, it's just false religion. Well, we always in false religion.
But see, brother, that's the part that I don't like to. I mean, I understand where you're coming from, but if you go like, if you think it like that, all different congregations, you know what I'm saying, talk about the next congregation. So how would you know?
It's
which
one
congregation?
truth.
The water. Get it, one truth. Hey,
Private
get
interpretation.
Romans 16 and 17. Because guess what? I'm going to have scriptures for everything you say. That's what a real prophet is going to do, man. So guess what? Congregations say this. Hey, back in the ancient days, you had men of Belial saying this, saying that. And they was of Israel. Did that mean they were right? No, there's one truth. One spirit, one body, one mind. All right?
So how can we, I understand that. So that's my point exactly, though. You know what I'm saying? It's one truth, one body, the outside. So how can we say, all right, these brothers ain't teaching the truth? Everybody else, every congregation got something to say about all the other congregations.
Get Romans 16 and 17. And you know what? You break it down for me. Somebody get that in if any man preach any other doctrine, contrary, and let him be accursed. Yeah, search it real quick. Let's see what Romans 16 and 17 say, man. got my sword right here. I got you. Romans 16:17, man. Now I beseech you, which means beg. Now I beseech you, brethren. Somebody get 2 Thessalonians 3:6. Brethren, mark, which means scope. Look at them. Put them on blast, right? Mark them which cause divisions, contrary to the doctrine. Did it say doctrines or doctrine as in singular? All right? Which ye have learned, and avoid them. For they that are such serve not Adawan Yahweh Shai Mashiach, but their own bellies, and by good words and fair speeches deceive the hearts of the simple. So guess what? I don't care about this camp and this camp say this, man. The scriptures say, hey, put their ass on blast because they lying, man. I don't give a fuck if you call yourself an Israelite. If what you saying don't link up to the scriptures, you going off. And you got to be a rebuke before all. You think Ispuk UK don't know this? But they choose to preach that, man. Go ahead, man. Hey, we got these scriptures. That's the loudest thing you ever gonna hear, man. Go ahead. Isaiah 58:1. Read that. Go ahead. Get that 2 Thess 3:6.
Get the 2 Thess.
And this is how you're supposed to be out here in the truth. Like the scriptures say, have your speech seasoned with salt so you can know how to answer every man. All right? Go ahead.
This is 2 Thessalonians 3:6. Now we command you, brethren, in the name of
Right, did it say we command you, brethren, in the name of Hamashiach Yahushua? Go ahead.
that ye withdraw yourself from every brother that walketh discourteously and not after the tradition which we receive of us.
That one truth. And they didn't stick it to that one truth, man. Because like you said, One West wasn't following even a Saturday Sabbath, man. They wasn't following no Saturday Sabbath, man.
Right, Mashah and the great men before us, they preached about the mark of the beast back in the 80s and 70s. Hey, Ali 180. Ali 180. Go ahead, he ain't gonna do it. He ain't that cold. Go ahead. Hey, read that 2 Thess 3:6. I got it right here. Thessalonians 3:6. Now we command you, brethren, in the name of Adonai Yahushua Mashiach, that you will draw yourselves from every brother that walketh disorderly and not after the traditions which you have received of ourselves, man. All right? I'm going to give you another one, man. Did you look that up? The curse? Go ahead, read that.
Galatians chapter 1, verse 9.
Yep.
It says, as we said before, so say I now again. If any man preach any other gospel unto you,
and it didn't say gospels, any other gospel, any other good news, which it really ain't good news. All right? Anything contrary to this truth. If any man preach that, what's going to happen to him?
If any man preach any other gospel unto you than that ye have received, let him be accursed.
You know what it means to be cursed? Hey, may Yahweh Shem shall kill you, man. That's what Jeremiah did. He wished death upon certain Israelites and their children because they try to wish him harm. Go ahead.
Verse 10. For do I now persuade men or the Most High? Or do I seek to please men? For if I yet please men, I should not be the servant of Hamashiach.
Exactly. So we ain't out here to please men. We out here to please Yahweh Shem Shah. Read verse 8, Baba Bashar.
It's Galatians 1:8. But though we or an angel from heaven preach.
So Paul said, if we or an angel, an actual angel, which is a spirit from heaven, preached anything other contrary to this doctrine, what's going to happen to him?
It says, preach any other gospel unto you than that which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed.
Let him be accursed, man.
Yep. Hey, that's just like with that prophet, was it back in the book of Kings? You had two prophets. You had the old prophet, you had the young prophet. The one prophet, he wasn't supposed to eat or drink anything, and then he did. He was persuaded, and then after that, the prophet, he cursed him and said, the Most High is going to kill you just because you did that, man.
He was persuaded by another prophet.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is Romans 16 and 17. Now I beseech you, you brethren, mark them which cause division and offense contrary to the doctrine.
So the scripture had to come out again, man, just to make sure you get it, man. This is what the scriptures say to do, not what I say to do. All right, not because this can't believe in this and I believe in that and this and that. No, scriptures say there's one truth, one spirit, one mind, one body, man. If anybody preaching anything outside of that, guess what? They're a virus. A virus got to get eradicated from the body. All right? They're profane. You know what profane means? Outside the temple.
Outside the temple, that's right.
It's not the body a temple? So they outside. They ain't part of this, man. They ain't part of the elect, man.
I got a scripture.
What's done?
They let him finish and then come.
Which we have learned and avoid them.
Like I said, which we have learned. At One West, they didn't learn that the mark of the beast was philosophies. No, this is something that General fucking Hey made up and said, and everybody ate it up, man. That's not the truth. Go ahead.
Okay, this is 2 Peter 1:20. Knowing this first, that no prophecy of the scripture is of any private interpretation. Okay, so with that having been said, what we're saying is this: you hook these scriptures precept on precept, precept on precept, line on line, line on line. They can't hook that into a philosophy and make it wash.
Man, he made a perfect point. Where's the precepts proving that the mark of the beast is philosophy? Where is it at? Do you know you used to be a part of ISPUK? Pull him out.
He was standing on the other side.
Guess what? ISPUK can't pull him out, man. They're just going to tell you. They ain't going to have a precept pulling it or saying this and saying that. Scripture say precept should be upon precept. Here a little, there a little. Isaiah 8:20. If any other man, hey, get that.
Yeah, this
Isaiah 8:20. God, go ahead. Go ahead.
Revelation
he had it. Yup.
22 and 18. For I testify unto every man that heareth the word of the prophecy of the book. If any man should add into these things, Yahweh should add into him the plagues that are written in his book.
So they added to the book and said that the mark of the beast is philosophy. So guess what? Yahweh Bashem Al-Shah is going to add to their plagues, man, and their destruction. That's right. Thus saith the Bible, man. All right?
This is us.
What's up? Yeah. He got in trouble, so, we got to, he got a deal on his own until he brought back in, man. All right? Because when you come into this truth, you got to follow order. Thus say the Bible. Let all things be done decent and in order. And if you don't do that, hey, you got to suffer your punishment. So he got to go out there and preach by himself until his suspension is up, and he'll come back with us, man. All right?
This is Isaiah chapter 8, verse 20. To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them.
Ain't no light in ISPUK, man. Those are 5 foolish virgins, man, with no oil in their lamp, man. Ain't no light in them. They don't speak according to this word, man. We literally just gave you a plethora of scriptures, precept upon precept, proving what it is, man. Even when you go to Habakkuk, it says him that ladeth himself with thick clay. That's debt. So what they going to do? You're going to have to go to this RFID chip. Your link, everything, your medical records is going to be on this RFID chip. Not no goddamn philosophy, man. You got that, Corinthians?
Yes.
Can I let him read that and then we'll jump to you,
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 4. For if he that cometh preacheth another Yahushua, whom we have not preached.
Right. So, hey, somebody come preaching another Yahushua. That's what ISPUK is doing. They're preaching another word, man. Which is, hey, like the scriptures say, which is not another. They're coming out the same book, but they lean into their own understanding. Their vain opinions, like Sirach speak about. Go ahead.
Or if ye receive another spirit, which ye have not received.
Which they have not received, man. Another spirit. That's a demon on ISPUK, man. That's a major prophecy that they're not breaking down right, man. Major. That's key to salvation, man. Go ahead.
Did you say what?
I said right.
Oh.
Or another gospel, which ye have not accepted.
Right, another gospel. There's one truth. You have to understand that. Though it's many camps, There's one truth. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Ye might well bear with him.
Go ahead. Hey, demons are around, man. Go ahead.
For I suppose I was not a whit behind the very chiefest apostles.
Read that last part again.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 5. For I suppose I was not a whit. Is that word whit?
Is that W-I-T?
Yes.
Yep.
For I suppose I was not a whit behind the very chiefest apostles, but though I be rude in speech, yet not in knowledge.
That's going into something else, man. But Con. All right.
I got another question though.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so this,
Get that Ezekiel 37
y'all
too.
can't get your GMS.
Con.
So what about the so-called rape thing?
Thank you. Can you get it? Hey, that's the spirit. I knew it was. Hey, get it. Get Deuteronomy 22nd chapter, man. Start at the top.
I got it.
Because this law was in place just in case this happened. That's it.
Hold on, what scripture you said?
Deuteronomy 22.
and 28.
No, hey, we're going to start up, man.
Get the whole rundown.
All right.
Shit. So I can start at shit.
Come on, start at 23.
23?
Start at 22.
She didn't want me to start at verse 15. Because it's like, that's the whole thing. Shit.
Right, start at 15 and jump to 22. Because when does a woman become a woman?
Where she reached puberty?
Thank you. When does she reach puberty?
Like,
What consummate that she reached puberty?
she get her period.
Period.
Thank you.
Okay.
Now listen, we live in days where a girl may get her period at the age of 10 or 11. I ain't telling you go fucking pop her. No, not at all. Even if it's the ancient world. No, I'm gonna wait till. Hey, I like Elder Apostle Tahar said, I like my woman seasoned. All right. Because I'll tell you this. How old are you?
22.
Would you fuck a 16-year-old? Answer the question. Would you fuck if it wasn't against the law? Because you know how these bitches look. They look grown as hell. Against who? Esau's law, right?
That's right.
Thank you. Not Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai's law. Thank you. All right? Go ahead. Because these same niggas that brought this up, them Kemet niggas, do you know what age men and women got married in Egypt? 13. 12. 11 years old. That's ancient history, man.
But I understand that's different.
We ain't telling brothers. When the Elder Apostle Tahar say, listen, you men in GMS, go have sex with a woman that's under the age of 18.
Right.
Scriptures say what? Be wise as serpent, peaceful as doves, man.
Right.
And he said if any man do that in GMS, he get kicked out.
Period.
We can't change the scripture just because how we feel because of the times. We just don't
What?
do it, man. That's all.
Right. Do it. According to the law of Mosiah, you're supposed to kill a homosexual. Do we do it? Thank you.
It's just there.
Go ahead.
This is Deuteronomy 22, verse 15. Then shall the father of the damsel and her mother take and bring forth the tokens of the damsel's virginity unto the elders of the city and their gate.
Do you know what's the tokens of a damsel's virginity? When you sleep with a virgin and you have sex with her
For
on
the
a
first
white
time.
sheet, when you pop her cherry, she bleeds, man. All right? That proves that she's a virgin. All right? Can I ask you a question real quick? When does the lady pass puberty? When she has her period, right? She said yeah. No, she shook her head. She said yeah. All right? Shit, I don't want to talk to you. I just want to prove a point. Go ahead.
It says, and they shall take and bring forth the tokens of the damsel's virginity unto the elders of the city and the gate.
All right, jump to the point. Let's just get into the rape thing, man.
Yeah,
Now, do you know what rape mean? The word rape?
To have sex with somebody
No.
against they-
According to the Hebrew, it means to grab hold, man. I'm grabbing hold of this bottle, and I'm raping it, man. That's not. See, there's a thing called new speech, man. That Esau done turned the word rape into forcing yourself to taking a woman against her will and having sex with her. It just means to grab hold. But let's get the actual law in the account, man.
This is
Hey, somebody, we'll get the judges too. I'll grab the judges. That's gonna be the ice cream on the top, a la mold style.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 28. If a man find a damsel that is
No, start at 22,
This is
because they give you 3 options. Go ahead.
This is Deuteronomy 22 and 22. If a man be found lying with with a woman married to an husband, then they shall both of them die.
Right, married to a husband, which means what? This was an act of adultery. Yes or no? Go ahead.
Both the man that lay with the woman and the woman, so shalt thou put. I skipped the verse. Let's start off. It's Deuteronomy 22 and 22. If a man be found lying with a woman married to an husband, then they shall both of them die, both the man that lay with the woman and the woman. So shalt thou put away evil from Israel. If a damsel that is a virgin be betrothed unto her husband.
Right, a young woman that's betrothed is promised to her husband. All right, go ahead.
And a man find her in a city and lie with her, then ye shall bring them both unto the gate of that city, and shall stone them with stones that they die.
Right, it says stone them both. Now, why is that? It's going to break it down for you. Go ahead.
The damsel, because she cried not.
Right, she didn't cry out when this man so-called took her against her will. No, she was with it. That's why she didn't cry out. Because when you take a woman, you sleep with her, if she ain't gonna cry out like, no, I'm promised to somebody. No, don't do this. If she didn't, hey, if that wasn't true, she would have cried out. But she did it, which means she was with it. Go ahead.
It says, being in the city, and the man, because he had humbled his neighbor's wife, so shalt thou put away evil from among you.
Right, which means you kill them both. Go ahead.
But if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her and lie with her,
force, which is take, to grab hold, force her and lie with her. Go ahead.
Then the man only that lay with her shall die. But unto the damsel thou shalt do nothing. There is in the damsel no sin worthy of death.
Only, because she cried out. Only the man died because it was an act of adultery. But it was against her will. So guess what? He died for that. Keep on going. Now let's get the third part of this. Go ahead.
For as when a man arises against his neighbor and slayeth him, so is this matter.
Right, sleeping with your brother's wife is just like killing him. Go ahead. There's some more to that.
For he found her in the field, and the betrothed damsel cried, and there was none to save her.
Exactly. Which means this was an act of adultery. That's why he died. That's why the man died. Keep on going.
She was innocent in that.
She was innocent. Go ahead.
If a man find a damsel that is a virgin,
right, untouched, a virgin, go ahead,
which is not betrothed,
which is not promised to nobody, she has not laid with nobody, go ahead,
and lay hold on her.
Lay hold, which you get this word rape from. That's all it means. It's to grab, seize. All right? Hey, quote unquote, if I grab him up right now, guess what, brother? I'm raping him. Am I having sex with him? No, it means to grab hold. Go ahead. Hey, technically with this truth, wisdom, you're supposed to rape it. You're supposed to grab hold of it, man. Go ahead and let not her go. You're supposed to ravish her. Go ahead. Now I'm getting hot. Go ahead.
Yeah, it says, and lay hold on her, and lie with her, and they be found. Then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver.
Damn, did he get put to death? Did she get put to death? No, he took her ass, laid with her, and guess what? He paid the father 50 shekels of silver, the dowry, because I humbled her. She's my wife now. Whether it was against her will or not, just say if the Bible. Get the account and keep on going, because I'm going to get the account of Judges. About the sons of Benjamin.
Right?
Judges 21.
Like 21. Kind of some more to that?
Yep, it says, then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife, because he hath humbled her, he may not put her away all his days.
This man took her by force, he laid hold on her, humbled her, made her his wife, and paid the father 50 shekels of silver. You know what's crazy? Ispuk, you can't never read that scripture. They just go to the first one, and the first one was talking about adultery, not having sex with her against her will. Get the account of Judges. Precept is going to be upon a precept. Get the Judges 21, man.
It's like 21, 18.
18. Shit, you grab it. Let them fingers practice, man. And what's crazy? Ispuk, you can't walk past us every day and never say nothing about the scriptures. Why is that? When the scriptures say, debate thy cause with thy neighbor. Huh? No. Why would they? If you was a false prophet, would you want to get cut by the real prophets? No. You'll keep it moving. A wicked man fleeth when no man pursueth. Thus said Proverbs.
Hey, Joanna used to come out here and it turns into a shouting match because we get to bringing out the truth and they can't refute it.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I got the Deuteronomy chapter 21.
Judges 21. He's on to the law. God, go ahead. Grab this.
Judges
Come, the water.
Judges 21, verse 17 or 18.
Start at 17.
This is Judges 21:17, and they said there must be an inheritance for them that be escaped of Benjamin, that a tribe be not destroyed out of Israel.
Right, because Benjamin was committing a lot of lewd acts. Benjamin was fighting against Israel, man. Some parts they won, some parts the other side won. But guess what? They got slaughtered so much it was only 300 of them left. 300 Benjamite men left. Go ahead.
That was 6.
300. If I ain't mistaken, it was 300.
Yep.
Could have been 600, but
Okay.
I'm thinking it was 300. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
It says, howbeit we may not give them wives of our daughters, for the children of Israel have sworn, saying, cursed be he that giveth a wife to Benjamin.
Right, because at this point in time, the tribes was getting into it with each other, man. Go ahead.
It says, then they said, behold, there is a feast of the Lord in Shiloh, yearly in a place which is on the north side of Bethel, and the east side of the highway that goeth up from Bethel to Shechem, and on the south of Lebanon. Therefore, they commanded the children of Benjamin, saying, go and lie in wait in the vineyards.
Right, which when you go to that word children is bun, which is the sons. They said, go, lie in wait, hide in the cut, in the vineyards. Go ahead.
It says, and see, and behold, if the daughters of Shiloh come out to dance and dances.
Right, which is the daughters of Israel. All right, Shiloh's just another word for us, which is a city of peace, basically. All right. The daughters of Shiloh dance. You know, these women like to dance, but, you know, they was doing it righteously, man. All right, because, you know, we have different feasts, different, you know, get-togethers. Go ahead.
Then come ye out of the vineyards and catch you every man his wife and the daughters of Shiloh.
It said catch them. It didn't say, hey, baby, what's your name? No, it said catch them. Grab their ass and do what you will with them, man. That's all right.
And they could have been down in the...
Go ahead. Read some more, man.
It says, and go to the land of Benjamin, and it shall be, when their fathers or their brethren come unto us to complain.
Right, why was they complaining? Because Benjamin took their daughters. They ain't asked, hey, can I have your daughter's hand in consent? Can I marry your daughter? No, it was commanded, go take whichever ones you like. Hey, when we was younger, we had what? Pick a girl, catch a girl, freak a girl, right? Same thing that just happened in the scriptures, man. And that was so that the tribe of Benjamin wouldn't be destroyed, because they had to repopulate, man. So why they never bring that scripture out? Hey, brother, you just ran into the truth. I don't care how harsh it may sound, because listen, a lot of these people were fucking westernized. Watch this. I'm about to give you a perfect example. Hey, brother, how old are you? You about 15, 16? No, real shit. How old are you? 15. Would you fuck a 15-year-old? Would you fuck a 15-year-old girl if she popped that pussy open for you? Yeah or no? Yeah. Thank you. So when we was 15 and fucking girls that age, wasn't shit wrong with it. And you tell me, if I'm 15 and I'm 20, right? I mean, she 15 and I'm 20. Same as the ancient world. I'll fuck her, everything cool. Because guess what? In 10 years, I'm 30, she 25. Ain't no big of a difference, man.
Judah's daughter-in-law, she was about to wait for his son to grow of age.
Man, go ahead. King David was an old-ass man on his deathbed, and they brought him a young Issacharite woman, man. That was fine as hell. King David was old as hell on his bed, man.
And they knew.
Huh?
What you say about the Issachar woman?
King David was on his deathbed. He was an old man, and they brought a young damsel to him.
Because you know,
King David, yeah. Go ahead.
You know how basically when you get close to a woman, your body starts to build up heat, you know, because your stamina starts to build up. You
getting turned on.
They call it chemistry.
Getting hot.
Getting hot. They knew King David. It's like, yo, if King David can't get hot for this thick, young ass, fully bodied female. We know he almost out of there.
King David was old enough to be her grandfather, man. So it's the age of consent, man. Whenever she starts a period, you can pop her. I ain't telling you to go pop a 15-year-old or a 16-year-old. We got to be wise out here, man. Man, I was getting my dick sucked at the age of 6, man. That's real shit. Yeah, it's bugged out, as that say. Hey, I was experienced from a young age, man, because I knew what a woman was made for, man. To please a man. All right?
I think we all do that at 6.
Yeah, my auntie friends used to do that stuff to me when I was a shorty.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't think it was rape. I didn't go back and tell my mama. I was like, shit, this.
I'm with this shit.
Right.
They used to always play with me. Hey, come here.
But nonetheless,
All right, man.
What?
I got you. I just got a whole list of questions.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Hey, and we
If
here.
I make it, I bro, precept you real
Go
quick
ahead,
before you put out your question, bro.
Hey, but has everything up to this point, we proved with you with scriptures, man. You can't deny that. Go ahead.
Basically,
Go
Hold
ahead.
on.
Say what
Go
you
ahead.
gotta say.
So basically, it's not necessarily right, quote unquote. Y'all just believe that when a woman is old enough to be, when she old enough to reach puberty, then you get allowed to have sex with her.
Right. And that's simple as that. But you gotta understand, our bodies are fucked up through GMOs and everything nowadays, man. All right? Back then, you gotta understand, we looked better, we aged better, all that, man. All right? And regardless of the fact that if the man was 40 and she was 15 and she was on period, it was lawful, man. It's really that simple, man.
So and that's all we're basically saying.
Right.
As far as let's break down exactly what the scripture is saying, as opposed to all this effeminate ass fucking mindset that's got people all fucked up in the head.
Right.
Let's break down the scripture itself and deal. Like he said, but ain't nobody saying to go out and do this, or some young woman. Like he said, seasoned. So with that being seasoned,
I want her mature. I want her titties to be popping.
That's right.
but you can see that she. It's like if you got a pit, you can see this. I'm saying this. You got a little pit. Some guys like to fight them, okay? But this pit is too small. You ain't trying to do that with this pit.
It ain't ready yet.
You letting it get some age and some weight on it. But you got another pit that's got his weight on. Okay? Females are like that, man. She good. She be good in about 4-5 years. She 15. When she turns about 20, she gonna be good. But I got this 25 right now
But
that's
guess
good
what?
to go.
Even if she 15 and she ready to go,
If she ready to go,
man.
exactly.
I got the scripture just, so we
Go
can
ahead.
break it out anyway. It's 1 Corinthians chapter 7.
Hey, can I make a point? Because on camera, the elder did say women are going to be promised to us at a young age. That don't mean we're going to be sleeping with them. You know how many men in the Bible promised their daughters to other men before they were born?
That's right.
That's all that meant, man. If we're in the kingdom of heaven and his daughter's 7 years old, he said, you know what, I promise you to wed her. Guess what? We're going to live forever in the kingdom. So when she get her age, guess what? It's on and popping, man. Right there you go. He said, I feel you, man.
They show you
y'all breaking down the scriptures wrong. But go ahead.
They show you that in those period movies and shows and shit. That's how they got down in ancient times. Like, somebody swore allegiance to you. Actually, that's how people built allegiance.
Allegiance, exactly.
Right, alliances and stuff,
That's
man.
right.
Because marriage was also like a business. It's like, okay, you do this for me.
You gonna marry
I promise
this-
me you my daughter.
Right.
That's and motherfuckers is man. It's that, like he said, the westernized mindset. It's 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 28. But and if thou marry, thou has not sinned. So like, let me skip on down. It's actually
Cause it's bugged out. Jake be getting it on.
You got 758.
it's 1 Corinthians the 7th chapter. But it's I think it's what is it,
Who said if
36?
they be hot, let them wed?
It's 36. Not that's what I was trying to get.
Cause it's bugged out. Jake could be 16 years old, have sex with a 16-year-old. Nothing wrong with that.
So she can get her virginity took. It just gotta be.
Well, she could get her virginity taken by a younger guy, but not an older guy. That don't make that's an oxymoron. If that's the case, then she shouldn't be having sex at all.
What's so sick about like a dude that's a couple years older?
And real shit, and real shit. You supposed to train up a woman when she young. So when she get that mindset of a woman, she knows how to cook, clean the house, do this. She knows how to please you, man. She knows everything that you want and how you are well pleased, man.
Hey,
that's simple.
In the Orient, they do that. They call geisha girls, and they raise them up to teach them how to do all that.
But the reason why Esau
cook,
got it like
clean, and sexual performances.
Just like Come to America when you had that one.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
But the reason why Esau got it like that is basically to stop us from even having a nation, man. He got our women like that. He has our women. He has our women's minds. We can't get our women's minds at a young age. We can't mold them into what we want them to be, man.
And that's the point. You mold them into what you want them to be. All right? I want, you know what, at the end of the day, I want a godly, righteous wife, man. And guess what? I probably ain't going to get that into the kingdom of heaven.
Period.
All right? And Elder Apostle Taha was cracking a joke. He said, if you want he said, if you do want a virgin, the actual virgin, you got to get her when she's young. Because most of these women slept with 10 to 15 men before they even 13, 14. You know how it go, man.
You might as well give it up trying to get a virgin.
Yeah.
Go ahead. See, but Jake ain't got the spirit of discernment of what the Elder Apostle Taha was saying, man. But go ahead with the scriptures. And then we'll get into your questions.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 36. But if any man think that he behaved himself uncomely toward his virgin, if she pass the flower of her age, and need so request, let him do what he will. He sinneth not, let them marry.
She passed the flower of her age. Now, what do people call when the ladies on her menstrual, her flowers? Shit like that. She's blossoming. He said, read it again, man.
It's 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 36. But if any man think that he behaved himself uncomely towards his virgin, like you didn't have this understanding before you first walked up.
Go ahead.
If she passed the flower of her age and need so require,
go ahead.
Let him do what he will. He sinneth not, let them marry.
You know what marriage is? The consummation of sex, man.
Rebecca.
Damn, did they ever bring this scripture out? No. It's ironic. We're giving you precept upon precept, precept upon precept, here a little, there a little, line upon line, line upon line. Not just watching the video, taking what a Kemet scoffing ass nigga said and running with it. Because before 4 or 5 years ago, nobody was talking about the rape thing. All we did was break it down for you. All right? But now, we pedophiles and we rapists. You know what that makes ISPUK guilty of? False accusers, man. Because what one GMS member you seen get locked up for that? Not a one.
Hey, it's just like with Yahweh Shai. You know what they did to Yahweh Shai? They said this man, they said that somebody, get that real quick. It's Matthew, the 20, yeah, it's like Matthew 26, where it says, they rose up many false accusers. It said
you can roughly try to catch him up in his words.
Yeah, they said they had looked for a witness, but there was none. But yeah, there rose up many false witnesses, and this is what they said. They said this man said that he would destroy the temple
in 3 days.
But he was talking about his body. So they took what he said and they flipped the script.
They took it out of context.
And that's exactly what these motherfuckers do today.
Yeah, that's what polite them did.
Go ahead with that scripture. You got it. Go ahead.
This is Genesis
Then we'll get into your list of questions.
and 67. And Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent and took Rebekah, and she became his wife.
He took her.
And she became.
Genesis 25.
24, 67.
24, 25, yeah.
Genesis 24, 67. And
Just
took Rebekah, and she became his wife, and he beloved her, and Isaac was
The tree of her.
comfort after his mother's death. You know what I'm saying? That was marriage, you know what I'm saying? You don't gotta jump the groom and do all that stuff and get a wedding ring. You know what I'm saying? This is the real marriage when they have sex.
Yeah.
Come.
See, my woman, she wanted to do that though, so can you do that though?
What you said your woman want to do what?
She wanted
I said have a wedding ceremony.
Basically have a ceremony before to this.
Listen, my wife want to do that. I told her, listen, your ring is the pussy, my finger is the dick.
You stupid.
Hey, that's a raw ass breakdown.
Stupid.
Right, that's what it is, man.
Hey, and if I might say, Baba Bashar,
Hey, stand right here.
if you get married,
Hey, Pop, step up.
And that's really not. It's Salaki, go ahead.
No, stand right here. No, I'm just fixing the line.
Come.
Being circumspect. Step up, Pops.
Okay.
Like that,
All right.
back in the license by Esau, they be on the alimony
Spartan. Guard your, just guard the shoulder.
I was gonna say, basically, when you get married in whatever state you get married in, you get that marriage license. You know what I'm saying? It has the state on there. You know what I'm saying? So it'll say like married in the state of Illinois. So what you're saying, if I go to Nebraska, I'm not married to my wife no more. It's all Esau's law, man. You know? And that's what our women live by. They live by Esau's law. If you make your girl mad, you make a bad face at her, you ball up your fist, she gonna feel like she can call the police on your man. You know, you don't even gotta hit her. She can call the police and say you did it, they gonna lock your ass up.
She can do that anyway with Salaki. If you really want to give away all your power, go ahead and do that shit. Cause that's really what you're doing. You're giving it, like, we don't even have power in this kingdom. But any power that you do have, you throwing it all away when you do shit like that. Even, especially if you have a child, by Lord forbid, don't. If you don't have any children, don't have any fucking children by these fucking bald head bitches, man. You be trapped.
I got Proverbs 31:3. Give not thy strength unto women, nor thou away to that which destroy kings and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Don't give all your power resources to her. You know what I'm saying?
Don't be following up under her and listening to her and going out your wits for her, like First Ezra say, man. All right.
Yeah, if you want to get a ring or something, man, you get a ring, get a promise ring.
You do that little damn shit, but fuck all that extra shit.
Oh, but all that other stuff, man.
Yeah. Because the Lord gave us jewelry and rings like that, man. All right. And guess what? Even in ancient days, we did have a ceremony. You know, you had the sheet, you popped her, she bled. All right, you showed it to the elders. Okay, she a virgin. And some of them partied for 7 days. Right. Tobit partied for 14 days after the marriage, man. So yeah, you have a little, hey, you know, my family became one with your family, so on and so forth. And after that, all right, I'm taking your daughter. I ain't gonna ever see you again. Because guess what? When you marry a woman, she becomes a part of your family, not the other family. All right, because she become one in twain. No longer are they twain, but they're one.
She take
become
your
one
last
body,
name.
man. She take your last name.
That's your property.
And ultimately, hey, my wife want that. She really want my last name. Hey, all right, just go change your name. That's it. All right? But guess what? That day is gonna come in Isaiah 4 when they said they're just gonna be called by a name, man. All right? But that's, you know, that ain't even the point right now. You had something?
I'll wait till he asks a question, bro.
I mean, if you got and we're going to answer every last one of them through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shah.
And well, this is 1 Timothy chapter 4. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils, speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with an hot iron. So,
you got it. Hey,
like
the
you
young
said,
lads
you came from ISUBK, you know what I'm saying? Like, and on every other block or whatever, man, in our communities, we got all types of churches and shit, you know what I'm saying? Right. And everybody got something to say, you know? But if they not going by the law, statutes, commandments of this book, man, of the word of Yahweh Shai, they going off, you know? Saying that's a devil, man, that's a demon, you know? We have to stand stronghold in this word. So if they not giving the breakdown, like you were saying, like, and everybody look at GMS that don't come and get the breakdowns of the scriptures, man. Everybody look at us and they say, oh, well, they be raping little girls. They don't know that. The men of the GMS don't believe in popping little girls. We don't believe in, it's a law. We can't do that. I mean, we can't mess with a little 14, that's stupid. You know what I'm saying? Because we still living in America, man. This is Babylon, you know? So, hey, we know that there's consequences to that. So what you got to do, not put yourself in that predicament and continue to live by the law, statutes, and commandments and believe that, man, you can find the woman, you can have sex, whatever, do your thing, but we ain't got to pop a little girl, you know?
But you know what's unrighteous? You'll have a man that's 18 years old and a girl that's 17, and they'll call it rape.
That's right. And
even though she consented. Fucking 1 year.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so what they saying don't make sense either. They just like Esau. They ain't making sense. Go ahead, and then we're going to go with your questions.
And the thing is, when our women got married, because you know what? They do the same thing nowadays. You know, bitches get popped at a young age. But the difference is, when women got married at a young age back then, they had a husband. So the majority of the women by the time they was our age was already fucking married. That's one of the things you already got to know about that too. You know, it was also a blessing. So they seen it as a curse. Bitches don't want to have it, man. They tell women to go to college, do all this other bullshit, but it was a blessing to marry your daughter off, man. Shit, who was it, Jephthah? His daughter, they could have a mourning for his daughter because he had promised in honor to the Lord that he would sacrifice her virginity and that she could not marry. You know, he would sacrifice the first thing in his house as soon as he made it home.
He sacrificed her.
And he sacrificed her, and they bewailed her every year, man. But they mourn for that. They mourn that she couldn't marry, man. You know, but you know, you got this bullshit going on nowadays, man.
Con, what's your questions, brother? Through the spirit and power, y'all by Shem y'all shall we answer them correctly.
All right, first question. Can women wear pants? And if not, I mean, if they can't, how do you explain? I think it's Deuteronomy 25.
Yeah, a woman should not wear that. Pertains to a man.
Pertaining to a man.
Deuteronomy. It's Deuteronomy 22:5. The woman should not wear that which containeth into a man, neither should a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are abomination to Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? They try to get the comedy dude named Dave Chappelle they try to put him on a dress and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
But his spirit was naturally against it, like Romans the 2nd chapter say, man. Right? No, a woman don't supposed to wear what a man wear, and vice versa. Whether it's pants or anything. A woman don't wear armor. If you go to war, in the ancient days, she didn't wear armor. She didn't put on a helmet. So the same things apply for now. But guess what? This is Babylon the Great. These are all Babylonian garments, man. So everybody, hey, we going off. You going off right now because we ain't wearing one material.
It's a strange thing.
All right? It's a strange thing, man. All right? So that's neither here nor there. Do they supposed to be doing it? No. But naturally, are they going to do it because they've been brought up in the society? Yes. That's simple. My woman, she wears fucking pants, man. I can't help that shit. As much as I say, take the motherfuckers off, don't wear them. She's still going to wear them, man. Because to them, it's normal. All right? And then with these women, they wear them tight-ass pants, showing off their curves and shit of that nature, man. They're supposed to have dresses on. Their body's supposed to be wrapped up. All right? But guess what? A man, on the contrary, you're not supposed to be wearing that shit, man. All right?
And if I may make a point, yeah, like you said, man, this is America, man. It's Babylon the Great. So, of course, man, women gonna go off, men going off. And, man, we all standing here right now. We still going off. But like I was saying earlier, man, just holding on to the law, statutes, and commandments of this book.
Rehearsing
the righteous acts.
Judges 5 and 11. Grab that, man. We rehearse the righteous acts, man. All right?
I got it.
Why you pulling out that?
Hey, if you're a woman wearing pants, you know, I ain't gonna tell her, hey, take her to the corner and stone her ass. We're in Babylon, man. All right? It's that simple. And a lot of brothers' wives are unbelieving anyway. They just dealing with them for the time being. Go ahead.
So did you get the scripture that he read for you?
Go ahead, you read it. You read it.
Oh, no, you talking about Judges? No, I ain't hear that one.
Oh, he got it right there.
I mean, he can read the Judges, but you read that Deuteronomy 25 already?
22.
Okay, good.
Yeah, okay.
Man, I'm everywhere right now, so don't mind me. I'm rude.
This is Judges chapter 22 verse 5. I'm just lucky. This is Judges. I'm back in Deuteronomy. This is Judges 5 and 11. It says, "They that are delivered from the noise of archers in the places of drawing water."
Right, which is the place of slavery, and the archers are what? All right, the missiles that's gonna come over here, man. All right, go ahead.
"There shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord."
We rehearsing the righteous acts, like the scriptures say. These things are a shadow of the things to come.
Right.
So guess what? We ain't gonna get them all correct. All right. Even when you go into prophecy, it says we look through a glass darkened, man. All right. We prophesy in part. All right.
That's right.
Hey, we hardly guess it right, man. So certain things you got to take with discernment, man. All right. Hey, what we got on, a lot of people consider them dresses. Are they dresses? No. All right, they're garments, man. Go ahead.
There shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord, even the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of his village. Even the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of his villages in Israel. Then shall the people of the Lord go down to the gates.
Right. Yeah, that's simple, man. You had a precept?
But I was just trying to make a point because just like the brother was saying, you know, like, okay, just because in the scriptures say 7 women in that day, 7 women shall take hold of 1 man. But you know what I'm saying? The women, they don't. And I'm gonna roughly paraphrase it. I'm not even gonna read it. I'm
Right.
roughly paraphrase it.
Man, make sure it's on point too.
Corinthians chapter 11 and 3 through 5. You know what I'm saying? But us being man, and the head of us is Yahweh Shai Mashiach, and the head of Mashiach is Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? But it says in Corinthians 11:5, but every woman that prayeth or prophesies with her head uncovered dishonoreth her head. But do that mean all women do that? Women, they sit up and they praise so-called God and they praise Jesus all day, every day. Do that mean they're not going to be in the kingdom? Because 7 women shall take hold of 1 man. So more women probably going to be in the kingdom than men.
Gonna get saved, yeah, because they outnumber us, man. That's simple, man. And they're gonna be saved by childbearing.
It's gonna be women that wasn't even in the
In the
truth.
truth.
It's
Gonna
gonna
be, you got it.
You said
And they're gonna be saved simply because they're with the prophets, man. That's simple, man. Because we're a strong tower and a stronghold unto them. More precious than the gold of Ophir, man. All right. What's your next question?
How do you keep the Sabbath day holy? And is it lawful to buy or sell on the Sabbath day?
We'll get that. Grab I want the one to Samuel, man. And matter of fact, I got my scriptures. With the new moon and King David, man, because you keep the Sabbath and get that in Sirach if you want to pull it up. The changing in the moon. All right. But I'm gonna get this one to Samuel for you. Baba Kushad, just bear with me, man.
You said buying and selling on the Sabbath? Is that what you said?
Buy and sell.
Right? No, you don't supposed to buy and sell on the Sabbath. But when you really break it down, what we like say for hold on. Let me give you something in the gospel. The Pharisees got on Yahushua because they went through the cornfield and took the corn. Was that off according to the law? Yeah, but they had to fucking eat. King David, he ate the shewbread, which was only lawful for the priest to eat.
That's right.
He still ate it. Hey, let the Lord have mercy on who he'll have mercy on. Some things, hey, you gotta do, man. Hey, if it's a Shabbat, I work on the Shabbat. Literally, I have a job where I have to go and work on Shabbat. If I say, oh, fuck you, Esau, I'm gonna keep the commandments of the Most High, yeah, I'm gonna get fired. Now I ain't got no job. Hint on hint, Judges 5:11. Rehearse the righteous acts. But let me get this. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say what you're getting at. This just like in Maccabees. You know about the story of Maccabees with Judas Maccabees.
Damn,
right?
that's the spirit. I turned right to it, man. Kai, if I will. This is 1 Samuel 20, and I'm gonna start at I'm gonna start at like 18. All right. Now it says, then Jonathan said unto David, tomorrow is the new moon. Right now, moon, and that's where they get the word month from. Muna. All right. It says, tomorrow is the new moon, and thou should be missed because thy seat is empty. And when they had stayed 3 days, right, it said 3 days, counted 3 days after the new moon, then thou should go quickly down to the place where thou did hide thyself in business, and thou shalt, matter of fact, let me start up. Let me start up, because I know it's chapter 20. Will do. Type in new moon. I believe it's 20. But let me
20 and 5.
You know what? It is. Damn, that's the spirit. This is Samuel, 1 Samuel 20 and 5. And David said unto Jonathan, behold, tomorrow is the new moon, and thou shalt not fail to sit with my father at meat. Now, why was they doing it? Because they was keeping the Shabbat service.
Hey, you can kind of give us
No,
a little bit.
If you're going to listen, you're going to listen. You know? All right? Right? It says, thou shalt sit with the king at meat, but let me go, and I shall hide myself unto the field until the 3rd day at even. So the new moon started the new month. All right? And he said the 3rd day. So what starts the month? The new moon. The first day, and David went to the 3rd day. That's simple. That's what starts the new moon. The new moon is a Shabbat itself. 7 days after that, you have a Shabbat. 7 days after that, you have a Shabbat. So on and so forth until the new moon change. Somebody looked that up in Sirach about the changing of the moon.
I got it already.
Come, go ahead.
This is Sirach chapter 43, verse I started 7. Actually, verse 6. Sirach 43 and 6. He made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of times and a sign of the world. From the moon is the sign of feast, a light that decreaseth in her perfection.
Right, decreaseth in her perfection. So when you look up to the sky, sometimes you can't see the moon, you just see the outline. You know what that's called? A new moon. Then the crest comes, then the half a moon come, that's 1 week. Then the full moon come, that's 2 weeks. Then it starts to decrease back down to a half moon, that's 3 weeks. Then it goes back to no moon, you just see the black moon. It's a new month. Now sometimes it skip days. We literally go off the moon, all right? Hey, read Genesis 1 about the signs.
Genesis on 1
And
we made the stars.
And that keeps you from worshiping all these different little fucking because all these days of the week are named after fucking other bullshit ass Greek gods and shit like that. So you know, so that look, you get away from it by doing it that way, by doing the meal, by doing the moon, because it changes. The moon could be the Shabbat on 1 week on a Monday. 3 weeks, 2 months later, 3 months later.
It'll change. It'll be
on Wednesday or Thursday or whatever.
Something like that. So you really just go off the moon, because that's what the Lord gave us the stars, the sun, and the moon for. Read that in Genesis real quick. 14. 1 and 14.
Genesis 1 and 14, and Yahweh said, "Let there be light in the firmament of the heavens."
Which the firmament is in space. All right, go ahead.
To divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years.
Right, for signs, seasons, days, and years. So we know the new moon. We know the new month start with a new moon. All right, just like Passover. All right. What was it? Is it 14 days or something like that? I don't know.
Yeah, you're right.
14 days after
14.
this is the Passover of the Lord. But guess what? They went off the new moon, off of Bib, which is the first month.
Right.
And you go 12 new moons after that, which is a full year. Then it starts over. All right. So we go off the moons because this. You know what's our clock? Not a watch. The stars, sun, and the moon is our literal clock.
They were called the times.
It's called the times, man. All right. That's why they had the sundial and things of that nature. They told time off the stars, the moon, and the sun.
So they told the seasons and the days off that, and the hours you could judge. Once the sun came up, you could judge the hours based off of a sundial, but you judge the day itself from the night and the morning. That would be the first day or whatever it might be, and that's what the scriptures say in Genesis. It says the same thing. The night, the evening, and the day was the first day.
Yep, the first day, man. All right, go ahead. Get that Colossians, because I'm gonna tell you something, man. Go ahead.
This is Colossians chapter 2. Did you want me to start at verse 16?
Start, yeah.
This is Colossians chapter 2, verse 16. Let no man therefore judge you in meat, or in drink, or in respect of an holiday, or of the new moon, or of the Sabbath days, which are a shadow of things to come.
Like I said, it's just a shadow of things to come. So guess what? I'm going to tell you how to keep the Shabbat. But guess what? If you keep it on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or however you keep it, listen, that's on you. I'm going to tell you how the Bible say keep it. But if you keep it the Shabbat, brother, more power to you, man. You don't keep it on Friday or on Saturday like that. You go according to the new moon. But the scripture say, hey, I ain't going to judge you in that. Because at least you're keeping the high holy days.
You're trying to.
Most of our people don't even know when the Shabbat is, man. All right? They think it's fucking Sunday. They think it's Saturday. But that's not according to the Bible, man. So that's why I read the Colossians for you, man. But you're supposed to keep it according to the new moon. Hey, thus saith the Bible, man. All right? It says in your Shabbats and your new moons, man. Hey, just type in new moon. Just type in new moon into your word search. All right? You had something up?
I got,
go ahead.
This is First Corinthians 7 and 31. And they that use the world as not abuse it, for the fashion of this world will fade away. So, sometimes, you might have to work, on the Sabbath, because Esau, he might fire you and stuff like that.
What the brother was just saying.
You got to maintain by paying your bills and paying your rent, And in this
Look in your phone,
fashionable
New
world is
Moon,
going
in the Bible
to
section.
fade away.
Get the
Yeah.
Cadre Bible out. You need that app. Go ahead. Go ahead. You got it.
Yeah, oh yeah. You know, sometimes you might have to work, you
What-
know what I'm
what
saying?
scripture
But
that Amos
Esau,
was?
you know, he gonna
Get
force
Amos
you
8:5.
to do it, you know what I'm
Amos
saying?
8 and 5.
And we gotta work the week after week, the time after time.
So I mean, like I said, because the new moon or the Shabbat isn't going to always fall on a weekend. So since it doesn't fall on a weekend, 9 times out of 10 you are going to have to work anyway. So like I said, as they say, that's a charge. That's something to charge to Esau and his fucked up ass system. Because see, in our system, when the kingdom comes, that's going to be the only days that the heathen nations they're going to be looking forward to our Shabbats.
Right.
Because they don't get their ass beaten, twisted up.
I'm gonna make their ass work 23 hours a day. I ain't gonna have no mercy on this.
I'm gonna read a
Hey,
couple
but
precepts
that's
for you.
according to prophecy. It says you're gonna do that. So
God. This is Isaiah 66 and 23. And it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, just 1 month to another, the new moon, and from one Sabbath to another, which means you had a new moon Sabbath, and then you have regular Sabbath
That's right.
after that. All right? All flesh should come and before me. I mean, should come to worship before me, saith the Lord. All right? Kind of, yeah, that was pretty, yeah, that's an actual one I wanted. Go ahead.
So,
Psalms 81 and 3.
Psalms 81 and 3. Blow up the trumpet
Ooh.
and the new moon.
The new moon. All right, blow up the trumpet in the new moon. All right, the new moon consummates the beginning of the month. All right, that's something ISP UK. Hey, that's crazy. We set up and gave you scripture upon scripture on everything that ISP UK teaches, and we giving you the truth, man. All right, we brought out the RFID chip. We got on the rape thing, man. I pray that you were edified on that, man. That was it to that.
And appointed on our assembly feast days.
And appointed on assembly feast days. How's all this appointed? Starts with the moon. Passover, guess what? We got to go 14 days after what? The new moon. We don't go off of Friday sundown to Saturday sundown.
Right.
Or Saturday sundown to Sunday sundown. No. But according to the Colossians, hey, you keep the Sabbath and that's how you keep it. Hey, every man is persuaded in his own way. At least you keep it. All right? But that's not how you keep it according to the scriptures. If any man want to follow Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you're going to do it in truth and in spirit. She wants some Israelite, you know, jungle fever. All right, go ahead. What's your next question, now? And no, you don't supposed to buy. Hey, get the Amos. No, you don't supposed to buy and sell on Shabbat. Yeah, you don't.
Yeah, I got it.
But
You got it?
nowadays, we don't have real money, so we ain't really buying and selling, man, at all. But sometimes, hey, you gotta eat. Like I gave you the example of Yahushua and them walking through the cornfields. Hey, Yahushua healed somebody on what? A Sabbath day. And the Pharisees got on him about that. But he said, hey, should you not do good on this day? But guess what? They couldn't say nothing against it. All right? David ate the shewbread, which was only for the Levites to eat, the priests. Did the Lord kill him? No. Go ahead. Hey, let the Lord have mercy upon who he have mercy. I claim him. Go ahead.
this is Amos chapter 8, verse 5, saying, when will be the new moon be gone, that we may sell corn in the Sabbath?
And you know what they're really going to do? To sell corn, you working, man.
That's it.
Which is totally against the Sabbath. You don't supposed to work. All right, but like I gave you the Judges 5 and 11, we just rehearsing right now. But them, they wanted the Sabbath to be so over so much so they could buy and make money, man.
Get back to making their money.
So they could go make their money. All right? So no, you don't supposed to buy and sell. But guess what?
You know,
Go ahead. Certain things we got to do to survive, man.
You know, you can, you know what I'm saying, to stack up groceries at the house, you know what I'm saying, you wanted to go out and buy some on the Sabbath sometimes, you know what I'm saying, to stack up, you know.
Right.
But if you're in a position where you didn't get a chance to put your meal aside and do all the stuff that day before the Shabbat came up or that Sabbath for that week came up, and like I said, you starving and you got to go buy you a meal to eat, go buy you a meal
Go buy
to
you
eat.
a meal to eat, man. You know?
Every man got to work out his own salvation.
Right, because if that's the case, then Yahushua and the 12 went off. Yahushua never sinned. So you got to take that into retrospect.
Exactly.
What's your next question? Where's Ispuk at, man? They supposed to be out here answering your questions. It's fucking 50 degrees. And you're supposed to come in season and out of season.
Yeah,
Where
they
at, man?
definitely wasn't out here 3 weeks
That's
ago.
crazy, y'all. Brother came out here to deal with Ispuk and he found the real prophets, man.
You came looking for who?
SBK.
Really?
Where they at? Pan the camera. Where y'all at, man?
They normally be right there.
Y'all supposedly got fruit
Let me
looking
know
for
you're
the...
wrong, brother. They don't normally be there.
I said that's what they...
No. They randomly be there.
Randomly, that's what I should say.
We're down here every week, week in
Right,
and week
exactly,
out.
exactly.
They're not always here.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They come in, usually it's a nice warm day, usually in the summer, and that's if we see them in the summer.
Right.
And then they have the loud horn megaphone.
The megaphone.
And then they got all their whole dressed in black with their phylacteries. And then if you go try to talk to them, remember we tried to go just have
I told you.
Man, I told you.
They blow the horn.
Matter of fact, I'm getting mad now.
There you go, man.
The scriptures say,
Debate thy cause with thy neighbor, man.
not only that, but that the publicans, they're in the
they're
marketplace,
supposed to
they
salute you,
they
man.
greet each other. He says, so how much you supposed to do to even to your enemy? You know what I'm saying? If I don't even know somebody is going to be in or of the faith, I can't assume that somebody's righteous or wicked. I gotta go. He said, test the spirits by the spirits, man. All right. When we came up to greet them, it was like, hey, shalom. How about you, Al-Shai Barakatah, which is that in the Hebrew. I see the young lady listening. That's the pure name of the Lord in the pure Hebrew. All right.
Yeah, that's proud as hell, man.
It won't say shit. And then, no matter of fact, I came up, step back, move back. Motherfucker, fuck you. If I come in here to greet you, you're supposed to be my brother, and you gonna tell me to hold back and step back?
I got the precept
Read
that's
that
That's them out, man.
Read that
Because
precept.
that's not the Lord, and that's not of God, man.
That's what I
That's
said.
the reason why the apostles and the disciples got killed back in the day, because when they saw madness, they rebuked them in the name of the Lord and put their ass on blast.
Hey, like I told you. Now this brother didn't hear nothing we said when we came up. And we gave you the Romans 16 to 17, man. Put their ass on blast, man. How's that? He ain't hear, hey, you my witness. He ain't hear shit that we went into. And he just quoted the same thing I quoted.
I just walked up. I don't know what's going on.
Hey, bro, we done answered this man every question.
probably
Every
got
question
more.
according to scripture. Oh, yeah, he got a whole list. A whole list. And the man that he looking for ain't out here to answer him.
Well, first of all, it's the Lord. All
Yeah, I
That's it.
told you.
That's what he said.
And if he's a righteous man, he said, my sheep will what?
Hear
Hear
my
my
voice,
voice.
man.
So, and now he said, for precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept. And then we can answer every single question that you have with precepts in the scriptures. That's going to speak for itself. All right? And then we expect you to come and report right around the corner every Saturday, because that's what we do. 4 o'clock. Rain, sleet, or snow. It was, 10 degrees, 14 degrees below zero, and where were we at?
2
out
weeks
Right here.
Out here.
Right
2 weeks
here.
ago, with the wind chill factor, it was negative 17, and
That's
we was
right.
out here.
Now,
Them
according
niggas down the street wasn't out here. ISPUK wasn't out here. GOCC wasn't out here. But GMS was out here.
and that's why they hate us, man. Because our doctrine matches up within the scriptures. Somebody is calling on names that is not in the scriptures. Ideologies that's not in the scriptures. Philosophies that's not in the scriptures.
Philosophies.
All right?
There you go, philosophy.
But when you come down to the scriptures, the righteous should match up right, dress right. All right? And if it's not that, then they're not the men of the Lord. All right? So, but I'm telling you, we walked up to them, and you were there, you're my witness, in love. No preconceived notions.
I think I seen the video on that. It was recorded that day.
What was the brother question? The other brother question. Well, then it wasn't meant for
Cuss their ass
us.
out, man. And I actually recorded it too. And what I was going to do was put it up, but the Spirit told me don't even waste my time. So I just let it alone.
I got the precept to what you said because that was against the scriptures. And you're supposed to salute a brother if he salutes you.
That's right.
It's Sirach 41 and 20. It said, actually, I'm gonna start up.
And give me heat coals of fire. Somebody.
It says, of these things be ashamed. This is I'm gonna start at verse 17. Sirach 41 and 17. Be ashamed of whoredom before father and mother, and of a lie before a prince and a mighty man. And I'm gonna skip on down. It says, verse 20, and of silence before them that salute thee, and to look upon and harlot.
That's right. So if you're an Israelite and I'm an Israelite, and I say, hey, shalom, it's supposed to be shalom. You know what I'm saying? Now, we don't have to agree. We don't have to be best buddies. If I'm not, matter of fact, and this proves with the ITR idiots. You know You know what I'm saying? Because you was ready to go cuss their ass out. They walk past, what do we do? Apostle
That's
Ramla
right.
did what? What am
We
I supposed to
saluted.
do? And it was just natural. We just came up and said, hey, Shalom. And hey, you cool? Cool, all right. And we
And
walked about our business,
I'm
man.
telling you personally, I want to break ranks and curse their ass out. The Spirit held me. He said, no, just salute them, man. And that's spiritual. That's what the scriptures say. Not like Ispuk, you can't just walk past with staves and we ain't gonna notice you. That's bullshit, man. Even if I'm your worst enemy, if I'm an Israelite, you supposed to salute that man. All right?
But we
Now,
can't.
I'm just say shalom. I ain't gonna say Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Barakatham, man. Bless you, man. Cause y'all, you niggas going off, man.
But
You got it?
if their doctrine is on blast, we got to put them on blast.
You want to close the fire out, right?
Yeah.
This is
You got it.
oh, you got it,
Is it
John.
John?
John 18,
I think
18. It's a
it's
couple of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now hold that, though. Go ahead, brother.
Is it the John? This the one I got, John 18, 18. It says, and the servants of the officer stood who had made, yeah, no, I don't think that's it. No,
So
that
this
ain't
is the
it.
Proverbs thing. Go ahead. Hit the Proverbs out.
This is Proverbs chapter 25, verse 21. If thine enemy be
I want
hungry,
the Romans 12 and 20.
give him
And you
bread
see
to eat.
Now, this is him quoting. This is the harmony of the scriptures. Read it again, brother.
Yep,
And I'll
that's
keep
the Romans 12 and
Yeah,
20.
that's the
God,
Romans.
I thought it was in the Gospels.
I know.
It is in the Gospels.
It's all the good
God,
news.
it's
bro.
all the good news.
This is Proverbs chapter 25, verse 21. If thine enemy be hungry, give him bread to eat.
So this right here, now, if he was really part of ISUPK, say for real, he would be considered our enemy. Why? Because ISUPK says it's okay to take the microchip.
Right.
Have you heard of the RFID chip?
That's the first thing we broke down to him.
All right. So now, what do they teach that it is?
I ain't really get into that with them, you know what I'm saying? But the mark of the beast, I believe they believe it's the philosophy.
All right. Now, how can you be injected in your right hand with philosophies?
Then we back that again.
I mean, as a man, brother,
Right.
how can you be injected in your right hand with philosophies?
Okay, I already, before I even, you know what I'm saying, talk with them, study with them, I already knew about the chip that Esau was going to try to plant and all that stuff. How he was going to take away the money. He was about to buy and sell, you know what I'm saying, walk out with a little thing and shit like that.
So that don't match up, right?
Right.
Okay. So where we at? Read it again. So now, no, okay, you would be our enemy if you really was with them. Now you're seeking knowledge, so you know, and even if you were with them and you came and seeking knowledge, we still
Still
did.
gave you the truth, man.
That's the difference between us and these
Bless
other
and
groups.
curse not,
and,
man.
and the proof of this is the apostles out in New York, a great millstone. Brothers from Zabak camp come, and they'll come to if these brothers are the apostles, they'll be sitting over here and they'll break bread, even come out and do a precept here not the Bone Fellowship, and they'll be like, okay, shalom, and then go back to their camp. That's how it's supposed to be, because there's going to be righteous men in all the camps, all right? But somebody has a camp that's right. It's the righteous camp, all right? Because the Lord said He got a home base. He had the apostles and the whole apostles ministry. And now, did He have someone outside of the apostles? Yeah, He had John in his camp, right?
Yep.
And they was like, hey, they over there, they're preaching. Like you see them, bro. Hey, He said, no, let them alone. Then that's not against me, it's with me. See, but then if you're with me, then He said, all the doctrine got to be the same, all the scriptures got to be the same, all the vibrations, the spirit got to be the same. If it's not the same, it's not the same. And it's as simple as that. All right. So hold it. Let's finish it. Go ahead.
Well,
And
Proverbs
just keep it on
25
deck.
and
Got you.
21. If thine enemy be hungry, give him bread to eat, and if he be thirsty,
And that bread is this truth.
Yup.
All right. This bread is. He said, I'm the bread of life. All right, so we're supposed to feed him with the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai in a pure Hebrew. All right, and Isaiah 55 and 1, ho, ye that thirsteth, come ye to the waters and buy. Come ye and buy bread without a price. And that's the cut to these other churches out there, man. They sell it for a tight. They pass the collection plate to come up there and get the doctrine, man.
All right, but then they say the law's done away with. They keep the tithes.
Exactly, and that's a very good point, brother. It's a very good point. I might have to steal that. I might have to steal that. I will give you credit for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to take that. Go ahead, brother.
and if
I
he
just
be,
never looked at it that way. Go ahead.
and if he be thirsty, give him water to drink.
And that water's that. He said, if you give a cup of cold water to my disciples or to my men, he said, what have you fed me? When was I hungry? When was I at thirst? when you had dealt down and broke
Done
the
the least
time.
unto them, you have done unto me, man.
That's right, brother. Go ahead.
For thou shalt heap coals of fire upon his head.
So now say if I was off, all right, and I had went to ISUPK to get, fellowship, say, hey, go out about the band, right? If they were righteous, they would have to heap coals of, accept me to come deal with me and give me the correction to heap coals of fire on my head. But for them to reject me, instant.
Walk right past
I
you,
mean,
man.
it was a straight, it was no room for let's shalom. That's why, man, to this day, if I see them cussing their ass out, and they come by and they don't say nothing to me, because I'm gonna cuss you out. You're demons, man. Now, if you come and repent, you know what I'm saying, and you come humble yourself, then I'm gonna relent, because the Lord says, forgive your brother what? 70 times 7.
It also says if you repent, forgive them.
That's
So
right.
it says if you repent.
But they not. They're too proud. You know what I'm saying?
That's not all the time. Tazaki did the same thing 2 summers ago. He passed by the camp on me. Never said nothing, man. He didn't get his dirty ass.
Right. What's your nationality, sister? Do you know?
No.
You don't know, but you believe in God?
Yeah. I
Alright.
was curious because I'm coming back from church because I keep the Sabbath on Saturday. So I just caught my eye here,
Okay.
I guess. Yeah.
Okay. Well, don't worry about it, sis. You be okay. Have a good one.
Thank you. You too.
No worries. That's it.
That's Esau, man.
I know Esau all
You
day.
gotta read the spirit though. But
Yeah. I mean, you never know. It could be a confusion of face, but I don't sense it. If I sensed it, I would have. The spirit would have me dig. I know I already did. I did just because she was humble and she listened and she shut the fuck up. That's the kind of bitches I need in my kingdom. Shut the fuck up. Get your ass over there in the bedroom and bend over.
She know her nationality, man.
Say it
Everybody-
again?
They always trying to deceive you though. She know her nationality. Everybody know their nationality.
No, they don't. Not Esau. Esau right now they claim to be. Man, half of these Esau claim to be mutts because they fell for their father's lies too.
High
That's why the
57.
scripture says
Surely have we in here too.
Get that scripture. Get it.
Isaiah
Because there's
60.
some they believe they're bullshit. Not all of them. Some of them go do a diligent search to go. No, I'm 1/4 German. My father was German, and my father. Some of them do know to a certain degree, but then what they do think they know is still off too, because they're not German. They're Esau. They're Edomites. So, and then they'll say, I'm British, and no, you're not the real British. We were the real British. So they will have a pseudo history, but they still don't know. Unless Esau come up here and say, I'm an Edomite, then they know their history. Outside of that, they don't.
They not gonna claim that.
No, some will. That's
we got-
very rare. It's like finding an Israelite in the truth. Very rare. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, brother.
Is this right here, the north wind driving away rain? So
Make sure you
is that talking about like what you was just saying about them
Sure,
be humbling themselves?
show the script, questions you have, brother.
Oh yeah, I got some more.
Go ahead.
No, sir.
I asked that later, so
It was the same verse, but
that's all right.
I
I would have broken it.
All right.
But got through it to the
All right,
spirit.
come. But this is Proverbs chapter 25, verse 22. For thou shalt heap coals upon Salakia. For thou shalt heap coals of fire upon his head, and Yahweh shall reward thee.
So if you are dealing with somebody who was supposedly your enemy, but you're dealing them with the righteousness in the spirit, with this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, this food, this bread and water of the Lord, if you saw the spirit of them, how much more were you going to think of them after that exchange? And you're like, all right, shalom, shalom. Damn, them brothers was some motherfucking point. They was bringing out this script. That's good. That doctrine was solid. Now maybe these are the righteous. But I was looking at these motherfuckers like suspect, but shit. You know what? I'm gonna come back and fuck with them. It's gonna break you down. You know what I'm saying? Or it's gonna harden you. It's like, God damn. And then you're just gonna say fuck it and go
Bugged
with it.
out.
You know, you'll get be bugged out. All right? Let's go ahead.
The north wind driveth away rain, so doth an angry countenance a backbiting tongue.
Read it again.
The north wind driveth away rain, so doth an angry countenance a backbiting tongue.
Now, spiritually speaking, you get what's rain synonymous with through the spirit, through the scriptures? What's the analogy for rain? Now we know naturally speaking, a north wind could drive away rain and
Blows it away,
it can
right.
blow away, and then it's not going to rain no more on the grass. And you know, if say it was raining, you get a big gust of wind, move the clouds out the area, then you ain't got no more rain. But is rain beneficial for the ground? All right? Rain is beneficial for what? Things like to grow. When you come to the scriptures, rain is beneficial for what? Go grow in the spirit. And then we got a northern country called Esau, you know what I'm saying, from the north, the land of the north, all right? From Russia to America, North America. They're driving away all the trees. They're driving away everything. So does the angry countenance what?
So the north wind driveth away rain, so doth an angry countenance a backbiting tongue.
So is angry countenance a backbiting tongue. That's why I said if they ever came back, I'll cuss their ass out. I'm not gonna play with them, because I'm not about to play that. They backbite, they talk shit. How disrespectful was he, man? Not all of them.
All of them.
They were highly
nigga, you
disrespectful.
going off.
You know what I'm saying? They didn't care. That's why I'm like, no, fuck them, man. Y'all get the fuck out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? Now that also goes into Revelation. We can shut up the rain, man. We don't gotta talk to you. We gotta talk to nobody. We talk to what the Spirit tell us to talk to. And who do we talk to? People who are openly ready to receive the Spirit. You know what I'm saying? Because if you feel that there's something I'm saying that's off, you should have a precept to back it up too. And then I'm gonna say, well, give me Isaiah 28, 9 through 11. For precept must be appropriate. She'll give me 4 precepts. Well, now I don't think this is such
Right.
Well, show
Hey,
me
you
4
know,
precepts.
Spirit, we asked this brother, you know, ISP UK. Here's the precepts proving that the RFID chip,
It's
I mean,
a
well, the mark of the beast is philosophies. Ain't no precepts for that, man.
How many
But we
they give?
gave you a plethora of precepts about how it is the RFID chip and buying and selling, so on and so forth.
And we
Because
did-
you don't sell philosophy on Wall Street, man. You don't.
You don't sell philosophy to get a ham sandwich. Right?
There you go.
So
yeah,
that's
I'm a
bullshit.
Christian. Can I get a slice of pizza? No. You had a precept, or you gonna go to his other question?
He had a
Okay,
precept,
go ahead.
and he had a precept. Then we go to his next question.
You know, part of that rain. This is Deuteronomy 32 and 1.
Yeah.
Give
Perfect
ear,
experience.
all ye heaven, and I will speak, and hear, all earth, the words of my mouth. My doctrine shall drop as the rain, my speech shall dwell as the dew, as the small rain upon the tender herb, and as the shower upon the grass.
That's right, and that's just proving that rain is synonymous with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding.
Right.
All right, but that's back to that that analogy that he gave. That north wind blows away the rain, and, all right, and then so does a countenance, a backbiting tongue. You know what I'm saying? Just as like that blow, and that proves that we don't have to be all, you know, nice. No, man. Sometimes if a person's out there backbiting, talking shit, not receiving this, the scripture say after two admonitions, reject, man. To a heretic, do what? You know what I'm saying? Reject them, man. I'm not gonna sit there and keep playing with these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? If they don't hear the congregation, do what? Count them as what? A heathen.
Fucking heathen, man. You ain't no Israelite, man.
You gotta want this truth. You gotta follow this truth. You gotta be seeking. All right. So, did you have a precept, Rock?
No.
You know, question.
It kind of I got it. It still kind of goes with what you. This is Philippians, because I had a bunch of them. It's Philippians chapter 2, verse 2. It says, "Fulfill ye my joy, that ye be like-minded, having the same
You
love."
gotta have to be like-minded in this truth, man. I'll put it this way. Are you familiar with GMS, or were you ever watch videos of GMS?
Yeah, I've been watching y'all videos.
Okay. Now, out of all the camps out there, you got GMS, you got HODC, ISUPK, IUIC, and so forth. We got a whole bunch, right? How many videos do GMS have compared to all these other camps?
Oh, that I don't even know. I can't lie.
Do you know, according to the apostles, every brother has to do a bare minimum 3 videos a week. 3 a week. These bare minimum 3 videos, bare minimum 10 minutes apiece. That means out of 30 minutes, out of over 10,000 minutes that happens in a week, 30 out of 10,000, the Lord has asked me, give me 30 minutes.
But hey, well, if you do
brother.
it like this, we got more than 50 brothers in GMS Chicago, so I'm gonna say the bare minimum is 50. 50 times 3 is what? 150 videos a week.
Minimum.
150 times 4. All right?
Plus the live show.
That's motherfucking 6. That's what?
600.
Yeah, that's 600 videos a month. 600 times 12.
And that's not to deal
And
with
that's
the
kind-
main stuff or the camp videos. That's personal videos.
And a lot of us do more than 4 or 5 videos
That's
a
right.
week. So
That's
we
right.
ain't even counting on
And we're
that,
not
man.
saying anything about that to
To
big
boast,
ourselves,
nothing
right?
kind.
What we're saying is making a juxtaposition to IUIC, ISUPK, and these other groups. When it comes down to their men within these camps, where are their videos?
Well, wait. Not only were they videos, where the fuck are they at, man?
I said, I was gonna get to that. I was gonna get to that. Why you outside and they not outside?
And it's
Because the Lord is calling you, the Lord ain't calling them.
That's right. We
Calm,
didn't do this by
calm.
coincidence, brother. You ran into the truth. I could literally say that from the bottom of my heart. Because guess what? I ran into the true prophets of the Most High.
right.
And I prayed that if it, man, whatever, that's a different breakdown for a different day. I prayed to the Lord as soon as I seen these prophets. I said, if it's meant for me, it's meant for me. And I walked away from them. But I couldn't escape the truth. It was the truth.
And the Lord did this right here. Because we didn't go grab him and kidnap him and say, you will listen to me. No, the Spirit brought him back in. Because if you got the Spirit, I'm going to go back. Somebody get that on deck. My sheep here, my boy John.
I got you, John, too.
Go ahead. Who's? Oh, you finished?
that
Oh,
was
you
it.
still reading?
Yeah, he had a
Back to
question.
his questions.
Was it
Going
more?
back
That
to
was
the-
it? Or was it more?
It was a little bit more.
Go ahead.
It says, it said, let nothing be done. So like you skipped a verse. It says, fulfill ye my joy that ye be like-minded, having the same love, being of one accord, of one mind.
Right. One mind. And that's why I was telling you earlier, there's one truth. One mind, one body, one spirit.
We never got that first Peter.
Well, shit, if you, grab it. All right? That's what it is. It ain't about, well, just can't
like
preach this.
second
Hey,
Peter.
guess what? Like the scriptures say, him that serveth Yahweh and him that serveth him not. Hey, Hebrews the 5th chapter. All right? They have the spirit to discern between good and evil. All right? There's people that ain't got it, and there's people that do got it. There's Israelites that have the bones, the sinews, the flesh, but they ain't got the spirit. Ezekiel 36. Hey, yeah, because we had brought that out, man. But I told the brother to hold it. They ain't got the breath of life. We do. Ain't no light in them. Isaiah 8 and 20. Everything we gave you came directly out the scriptures.
That's right.
And guess what? I didn't know what the hell you was gonna ask me. Guess what? I ain't even studied half of the shit you asked me. I prayed to the Lord and he gave it to me, man. And we answered you accordingly, man. That's how I know this is the truth, man. And them niggas ain't nowhere out to give you what you need.
And
they ain't feeding the flock.
They wouldn't have been right anyway. You know what I'm saying? But finish up.
Go ahead.
Just finish that up so we can get to the rest of this question.
This is 2 Peter chapter 2, 1 verse 20. It says, knowing this first, that no prophecy of the scripture
It came back out. Go
It came
ahead,
out
go ahead.
again.
is of any private
So
interpretation.
there's one true author of the book. That's Yahweh. Yahweh Shai is that word of the book.
I understand.
Who would have the righteous understanding of what it's like? If I wrote a poem and I publish it, and all these brothers read my poem, they might say, "Man, I love that stanzas when he said this and this and that. I get this out of that." He's like, "Well, I get this out of it. He get this out of this," and they start a big debate, and that they do this all the time over a book that comes out. You know who got the righteous understanding? The poet, because he wrote that rhyme.
Shit.
No,
No, yeah. Shit. Because what you going into, the prophets. We wrote this. Guess what? We got the spirit of understanding now to tell you everything that's going on. And we got the precepts and the scriptures to back it up.
right.
We ain't just going to talk out the crack of our ass and not give you a precept. Or give you precepts with no understanding, man.
But we have the knowledge, Hosea 4.
We have the mind of Yahweh.
Right. That's right, brother. Hosea 12 and 10. I speak by the prophets in my similitude.
By similitudes
and visions.
and by visions, yup.
But I've also spoken by the prophets in Amos 3 and 7.
7.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Surely the Lord God will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret to his
His
servants,
servants,
the
the
prophets. So the Lord, the Most High Yahweh Shai said he has set up prophets who got the doctrine and got the understanding. All right? So there's no private interpretations that, well, my philosophy, well, I believe, you know what I'm saying? So give me that beer, bro.
That motherfucking nice, bro.
Shit.
Irish.
I want mine to go down to the goddamn
With the
shit.
checks.
All right, so let's
ahead.
put that pause on that. Give me another question, brother. And that shows
And
that
pan the
you-
camera too, bro. This brother got a whole list of
I was moved off
questions,
that.
man.
Right.
That's
We
what-
not even
that's
halfway
Seeking the
through.
truth, man. That's how you
That's someone
supposed
who's
to
trying
be,
to be
man.
diligent.
That's right, bro.
That's somebody who's trying
Why
to
you
get.
number
That's
two?
right, bro.
Kuwait Yabba.
Kawhi Yabba, question mark.
He
Oh,
got
shit.
shit started, dang near.
God.
This in order, though.
Hey, God.
brother.
And you know what? He even bucket. Hey, because the mark of the beast came up, the rape thing came up, the Sabbath thing came up, and after we gave him the understanding, he didn't even buck up at none of it, man. None of it. He's like, well, damn, scripture is scripture at the end of the day. Go ahead.
So go ahead, brother.
What is this next question? What is heaven and hell, and how do you explain it with the scriptures? Well, I know heaven and hell is a condition, but I really just need to know, like, how would you explain that to somebody with the scriptures?
That's wonderful. Okay, first of all, you got you go by the scriptures. Isaiah 28 says precept must be what?
Precept
Upon precept, precept upon precept. Okay, so without now you said heaven and hell. Like first, let me deal with hell first. All right. If hell, give me Jonah. Was it the second chapter?
Amos.
All right, let's start with Jonah. You got Amos or and I want hell being thrown in the lake of fire as well.
No,
That's
yeah.
Revelations. Get
All
that
right,
in
so
Revelations.
let's start off with Jonah, because Jonah's going to give you the root of of what hell really means.
All
right.
If I may quote you real quick, Bible good shot.
Go ahead, brother.
King David said his soul was compassed by hell. Does that mean King David was actually in a spiritual place called hell?
right.
No, but like you already know, you know his
Condition.
condition. So kind of like brother said, we won't give you the scripture.
So you just got to get the scriptures. Okay, was it Jonah the second chapter or Jonah the first? I think it's Jonah the second, like the first verse or something.
Yep.
I got the Revelations.
Who
for
got
you when
Jonah?
you need it.
All right, I got you. I'll go get Jonah. What, first come, first serve, bro?
So I got the Revelations for you.
I'd say Jonah first come, first serve. I want Revelation too, bro.
Go ahead.
I want to go to the see certain precepts.
Nice combo. You want a good combo.
Certain precepts are on the
Set
notes.
up, right.
If a precept, certain precepts hit it in a metaphorical way. Some precepts hit it in a right, straight plain. This is plain.
Right.
You can't get no plainer.
That's it.
If you making any other deduction from it, then you changing shit
up.
and you're wicked.
We gave him that too. About adding and taking away
Chapter
from
2.
the Lord.
Yeah.
Start Jonah 2 and 1.
Okay, Jonah chapter 2, verse 1. Then Jonah prayed unto Yahweh his power out of the fish's belly.
So Jonah was stuck in the belly of this big, massive ass fish. Could have been a whale. Could have just been a big, dumb ass fish. All right, go ahead.
And said, I cried by reason of my affliction unto Yahweh.
Oh, go ahead. He was going through what?
Affliction.
My affliction.
So he was going through affliction. Now let's see how he called or likened his affliction to. Go ahead.
And he heard me out of the belly of hell cry I, and thou heardest
That's
my
me.
voice.
Oh, wait a minute.
That's
I thought
me.
hell was a place where you burn forever and ever 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 and ever.
Come on now.
And ever 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 and ever. I gotta make a similitude.
That'd be unbalanced.
That's right. It'll be way out of fucking
Way
balance, man. But if hell is what they say it is, then Jonah was in hell and got brought out of hell. Out of fire and 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 forever, forever, forever. It's a broken ass motherfucker.
That's it.
I got a precept.
Go ahead, brother.
Cause Saul was wicked, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then he had the witch to summon Samuel. All right. 14. 1 Samuel 28 and 14. And he said unto her, what form is he of? And she said, an old man cometh up, and he is covered with a mantle. That's what Superman got on, the mantle.
A cake?
Cape, yup. And Saul perceived it was Samuel. And he stooped with his face to the ground and bowed himself. And Samuel said to Saul, why hast thou disquieted me to bring me up? And
Right,
Saul,
disturb me from my rest.
Yup, I mean he was in heaven with the Most High. All right.
Like the third heaven.
Yup,
Third
third
heaven.
heaven. And Saul answered, I am sore distressed, for the Philistines make war against me. Yahweh is departed from me and answered me no more, neither by prophets nor by dreams. Therefore I have called thee, that thou mayest make known unto me what shall I do. Then Samuel, wherefore did thou ask of me, seeing Yahweh departed from thee, is become thy enemy.
Right?
Verse
Lord
7.
took his mercy away from King Saul.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Verse 17, and Yahweh done to him as he spake by me, for Yahweh hath rent the kingdom out of thy hand and given it to thy neighbor, even to David. All right? Because thou obeyest not the voice of Yahweh, nor executest his fierce wrath upon Amalek, therefore have Yahweh done this thing unto you this day. Moreover, Yahweh will also deliver Israel with thee into the hand of the Philistines, and tomorrow shalt thou and thy sons be with me. Yahweh shall also deliver the host of Israel to the hand of Philistines. But why did Samuel say, if it was a hell, why would Samuel say, tomorrow shalt thou and thy sons be with me?
Right, and King Saul was wicked as all hell. So according to how the world looks at it today, he should have went to hell.
He should have.
But he said he went
Saul
to.
was Saul, right?
Go ahead.
You saw a ball, right?
Saul.
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 Saul, Old Testament.
Old Testament.
King
King
David
Saul, the first king.
The one that King David had
I'm
beef
going to read again.
I haven't read about that.
Okay,
Okay,
well,
I'm gonna read
long
again.
story short, and you can read up on it. Saul was the king, the first king of Israel that was anointed as the title king, which the people begged the Lord for a king. Lord was like, you know,
Like I ain't good enough.
actually kind of mad, all right? Because he said, I already gave you everything, what the bam, what you go.
He was our king.
Right,
He was our king, exactly.
And,
Exactly.
Samuel was pissed the fuck off, and the Lord said, no, that's all right.
We're going to
Give
get
them
what they want.
You know what I'm saying? They want a king, but now we're going to take your sons, we're going to take this, we're going to go out that, you're going to have to boom, and you're going to have to go deal with this shit. You know what I'm saying? All right? And Samuel, 1 Samuel
28 and 19. I'm going to
Alright.
read again. Moreover, Yahweh will also deliver Israel with thee into the hand of Philistines, and tomorrow shalt thou and thy sons be with me.
So was Samuel in hell? No, he was a righteous prophet, man.
Right.
All right. So if they were going to die the very next day, and
be with him.
then I mean Samuel was in hell if there was such thing as hell according to the Christian doctrine.
But he died a perfect
Hey,
prophet.
you're right. If I can make one point. Because you got niggards that say you can get tormented in the spiritual world.
They don't say that.
Well, if that's the case, it didn't say shit about Saul, who was wicked as hell. It said the Lord mercy departed from him. He was wicked as hell. It didn't say shit about him getting tormented.
It said he
You're
would
at
be with
peace.
Samuel. It said he would be
Oh,
in peace
shit, we
with
got the
Samuel.
Job. You want the Job, too. I know you want the Job. They're all at rest.
Come on,
Right.
get
Oh,
that.
God. I know you. I forgot all about that, Diamond.
All right. Now, while you getting that,
Diamonds are worthless, but they're ruby.
Then we finished the Jonah out of affliction. We got that one right.
Yes, sir.
And there was another.
No,
one.
we didn't go all the way through the jump.
all the way
The jump.
through?
Well,
Didn't
who
go all
was
the way
the-
through
okay,
jump.
go back to Jonah and
Okay, read
verse-
start before again.
I
Took me one.
Job, third
All right, brother. We got you next too, brother.
Okay.
Because we got to the affliction, but we didn't.
All right, go ahead, brother.
Okay,
Let's
I'm-
recap verse 1.
Okay. Jonah chapter 2, verse 1. Then Jonah prayed unto Yahweh his power out of the fish belly, and said, I cried by reason of my affliction
Right.
unto Yahweh. He heard me out of the belly of hell, cried I, and thou heardest my voice.
So there you go. And
Out
now
of
we
the
can stop
belly
right
of hell.
there because
That's right.
he was going through affliction. He called it hell, and the Lord heard his voice. And then if you read the whole story, he brought him out of that affliction. So according to, if hell was what they say hell is, then
How's in the
get out
belly of
hell.
fish? How's he in the belly of fish
You know what I'm
in hell?
There's too many holes in their story.
So the
All
fish was in hell.
So,
The fish
now, you have something holding?
Yeah, this is second Ezra 14 and 35. For after death shall the judgment come,
Ooh.
then we shall live again.
So wait a minute, whoa. According to the hell doctrine, once you die and you was wicked, you go what? To hell.
You don't supposed to come back.
So how you gonna live again?
Slot, you got this.
Sound like reincarnation.
Hear that, brother? Finn?
I got one in case that one don't work.
You know what I'm saying?
You said
Read,
that's second Ezra as well.
read it again.
This is second Ezra 14 and 35. For after death shall judgment come,
Right.
then we shall live again. It's
And,
reincarnation.
that's reincarnation, and it also breaks down the fact when they'll say, "For man only lives once." Yeah, one lifetime at that lifetime.
Yeah, that
one
YOLO,
lifetime,
yeah.
at that one lifetime. But he said, if you once you pass, you're gonna live again. How? You're gonna live again and be where? Back into You're gonna be. I gave him a look. No, because I took him home. I took him home yesterday.
The blind?
Yeah. With I drove
Uber.
Yeah, the one you laughing at. Yeah.
Uber.
No, it's a nigga. I don't know. Now I ain't gonna say it's a nigga. It's a cracker.
Wow.
Yeah. That's why I was like, oh shit, I just had him last night. Go ahead, brother.
And then shall the name of the righteous be manifested, and the works of the ungodly shall be declared.
So, how is the works of the righteous going to be made manifest? We're going to be on the kingdom on the first go around. All right? How's the wicked going to be manifest? They're going to have everlasting shame and contempt. And that's why they're going to have everlasting shame and contempt, because it's going to be a period of time where they're feeling like shit in the kingdom. Why? Because they don't have the light. He said they that, according to Daniel's 12th chapter, they that do righteousness shall shine like the heavens. But them that are holy and turn many to the Lord shall be like the stars. So somebody's going to have a star in appearance and outer appearance like Moses. It's so bright where people had to put a veil if he was going around normal people.
Dragon Ball Z.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and then you got those who got the firmament of heaven. You open up your blinds in the morning and you be like,
That's it.
and then then you're going to have somebody who got a light, an outer light that's like that. So what's opposite of that? But they're still an angelic son of God. It's got to be a low light. It's got to be something that's not as bright as the other two lights. You got a real bright one and then a medium bright one. And I look like it as a night light. You know what I'm saying? If you're walking around the kingdom like, God damn, I was wondering why fucking damn. And the 2/3 are gonna be some of the hardest motherfuckers on these motherfucking heathens, man. Because they're gonna be like, man, you motherfuckers. Jay-Z gonna be mad. He gonna be kicking ass, man.
That's it.
If I can make an analogy real quick, you ever watched the cartoon Hercules? The movie?
I know.
Remember when he started drinking the bottle and he turned mortal, he lost that glow?
Yeah.
That's how them niggas gonna be.
Esau know what he be doing, bro.
Yeah, you know.
I
think somebody will understand
Look, bro. Hey, you gotta look at it like this too, because then Hercules, he was the son of God, right?
Right.
Whatever. Zeus,
son of
whatever.
Zeus, right? Slaki, Lord. But Hercules, he was the son of Zeus, but he got turned, like, he got
Mortal.
cast away from
mortal.
Zeus,
Yep.
right? He got turned mortal. But then at the end, he got to go through what he had to go through, so
He
he
got
could be
his
turned,
glow back.
right? So he can turn
But he
mortal.
wanted to be motherfucking.
See,
Hey,
Esau got that from the scriptures.
That's
though.
right. Hey, you know what another example of that low glow is? The last dragon and the last.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That little
Same shit.
that just little and or show nuts, right?
Yup.
I'm show nuts. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I mean, and now we don't know exactly how it's going to be because the Lord didn't break it all the way down. I'm just saying, I'm extrapolating, right? And then that's another thing. If it's something concrete, I'll give you concrete. Then he said the righteous who turn many to righteousness, they're going to shine like the stars. Just the regular righteous, they're going to shine like the firmament in the skies. The rest, they're going to be ashamed because they're not looking like that, and they know that they was part of the wicked. That's simple, right?
Yeah, they chose that constellation prize, you know what I'm saying, on the casting couch. This is
Lost it on the casting couch.
We're going another cut. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 20. All go to one place. All are of the dust.
So all going to hell?
No.
Oh, he got the-
All go
All
to
going to
one.
heaven?
No. All go to heaven. Upward. All go unto one place. All are of the dust, and all are turned to dust again. Who knoweth the spirit of man that goeth upward? So you say, hell is down.
And he said all of them. That means that validates Samuel telling Saul that y'all gonna be with me tomorrow.
It
So
said-
just go take your wicked ass on and go get killed.
It said, who knoweth, verse 20, Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse
God
21.
Damn that fucking smoke.
Who knoweth the spirit of man that go upward and the spirit of beast that go downward to the earth?
That's right.
Yeah.
When, and then that also goes to since you're in Ecclesiastes, go to what?
I got the 12.
3:16.
Yes, sir, I get it right.
Oh, you got it?
The 12?
Well, I went 12 too. I actually went Ecclesiastes
It's
12
one
too.
in- it's one in
at
6 and in 3:16.
I went 3 and 16 and
Okay.
I went at 12. So hold 12 on deck, hit 3:16.
Okay, Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 16. And moreover, I saw under the sun a place of judgment, that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there.
So the scripture said, I saw the place of judgment. I thought hell was the place of judgment. Because you fucked up, now you're going to hell to get judged. He said the place of judgment is what?
The place,
Under the what?
I saw under the sun the place of judgment.
What's the place under the sun? don't see how simple the scriptures are? If you got the eye and spirit of the Lord. All right? If that's the place of judgment, then that would explain somebody being born like this, you know, and walk like this.
Blind.
Lord judged their ass. Why did the Lord judge their ass? Because it was most wicked. And the Lord wanted to shut their fucking asses up or vex them. Why the Lord, that matter of fact, John, somebody real quick, John 9:1, real quick.
That's like old boy that came back and had his hands come out his shoulders. Pedal boy.
John the 9th chapter.
Yeah, John 9:1.
There you go.
There was an understanding of the Israelites back in the day that judgment could follow you. Now, the Lord said it can be up to 2 to 3 generations. It might come in this lifetime, that one will the bell. But he said, make sure your sin will find you out. It's going to find you.
Hey, how many generations from Solomon to Yahweh Shai? Hey, it found them out. Okay.
You want me to go to John 9?
Sorry.
Get John 9:1. Hey.
This is John 9:1. It says, and as Yahweh Shai passed by, he saw a man which was blind from his birth.
So somebody who was born blind. Somebody who couldn't see from birth. Go ahead.
And his disciples asked him, saying, Master, who did sin? This man or his parents, that he was born blind?
How could they even ask that question if they knew about being able to be born blind, knowing that you're carrying the sin from?
I gotta be right back. I'm finna meet my woman and give her the keys to the house. So I'm gonna come back.
Okay.
Oh, come back so
Come
we
back.
can give you the keys to heaven.
Exactly.
That's real shit, man.
Hey, come back.
Hey,
Yeah, we got you.
come back.
Hey, Yahweh Shai answered, neither hath this man sinned, nor his parents, but that the works of Yahweh should be made manifest in him.
That's right. So they had an understanding that you can fuck up and go off. All right.
I'm just making sure he all right.
You have an understanding that you can. Damn, that's me. You can go off.
Have it all.
Shit, I'm
I
sorry.
want it all.
And I want it all.
Y'all stupid.
My slave. Oh shit! You did it. Don't worry, I'm gonna replay it on camera, bro. Laugh at this. God, go ahead.
But they had an understanding in the past that you can die and be born in a condition you be fucked up is because of what you've done in the past. But Yahweh Shai would say, no, not in this situation, not in this case. Not in this case. In this case, it's not that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All right. So that also proves reincarnation. All right, and it also proves that your sins can follow you.
That's right.
Go ahead, brother. There's something else?
Come. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
This
That-
is
We have something different.
no.
That was it. That was it. That was it.
This is
Oh, we're watching out. We keeping.
No, that's why I'm watching. I'm watching.
I'm about to be circumcised.
No, but-
Run, Esau, run from your judgment.
So,
Go ahead, so
Y'all stupid.
bring it out. Bring it out.
This is Job,
He's all around
the 3rd chapter. I'm starting with the 17th verse. I'm gonna start with 16. Or as the hidden untimely birth and have not been as infants who have never saw the light. All right, because when the infant die, guess what? They go to the